Yeah, and so yeah, I guess it's pretty late there. Heidi, do you have any plans for today now? So it is
Today,
today.
today, planned so far. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, so first you're gonna
This
go to
is my
bed.
plan.
All right, nice. That's a pretty good start out plan. Um, and
Heidi,
Yeah,
can I ask
now.
something? Hi, I have bought a new book and it's about Kyudo. Do you know?
Perdón.
I don't know if it's right, the pronunciation, Kyudo.
Judo,
Yes,
como archery.
yes.
Ah, sí, sí,
Is it right?
sí,
Okay, Kyudo.
japonés. Es japonesa. Es,
Yeah, sí,
es
Japanese.
japonesa.
really cool. Um, so you have a book about Japanese archery, and nice. Are you gonna start practicing Japanese archery, or just reading
No,
about it?
no,
It's
I saw,
very difficult. Japanese archery is very difficult.
yeah, yeah. I have I have started to see it and wow. Yeah.
Cool. Um, yeah, nice. Okay. And Saeed, welcome to class as well. Saeed, how's it going?
It's good. Yeah, hello. Yeah,
Hi.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of people around me here.
That's okay.
Yeah,
How are you doing, Saeed?
I'm doing great actually. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Um, and so Saeed,
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I've had you in class before, except for, last class. Have you
yeah
been in
it's
class with me?
no, it's my second day on the website.
Okay, nice. Well,
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah,
Saeed, where
thank
are
you.
you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Nice. Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
yeah.
And what do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
My favorite thing is watching movies, you know. But I also play football, soccer. You know, soccer.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think in America they call it soccer, not football. We here call it
You do.
football. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things. I do a lot of things actually. I
Okay,
like to go outside and have fun.
for sure. Do you have a favorite soccer team?
Yeah, of course. Milan, AC Milan, an
Nice.
Italian. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess in the Italian league, I'm more for Juventus. I actually think
Me too.
Julieta's Juventus as well.
Yes. Forza Juve.
Yeah, cool.
Milan is in a bad situation these days, but
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, gotta stick by your team, I guess.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was only a few years ago that Juventus dropped divisions, I think, because of the scandal. And that was
Yeah.
kind of depressing. But
But this year is a good year.
yeah, last year was a good year too. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. And so Giulietta, what was the other book that you got?
Oh, the other one is a small book about seven brief lessons of physics. Um,
Wow.
and the first one is the most the yes, the most beautiful of theories, but I don't know what is the most beautiful of theories yet.
Okay. That's really cool. You have very diverse interests. So you're learning about like physics and Japanese archery um, at the same time. Cool. Uh, and Saeed, what kinds of movies do you like to watch? Saeed? I can't hear anything at the moment. Hmm. Okay. So Saeed, I'm not sure why but I can't hear you. I'm not sure if you froze or something like that. All right. Yeah, Judith, what book are you gonna start first?
The Kyudo book.
Cool. And so how did you get interested in Kilo?
Because I saw a video on YouTube about this martial art that is kind of elegant. So then I was reading about a Japanese archery, and I found people they are going mad for that. So then I have found this book that is
Which book?
very interesting because it's poetry, and it is the lessons that the teacher gave to the students, and they are rules, but they are all poetry.
Interesting.
And then there is a part at the end, and this part is for teachers. And in that part, there are they are all poetry too, but those are for teachers. So like I don't know. Wait a minute, because okay. That a teacher cannot teach everyone, but have to choose the student. So it's like it's like to oh man, traditional oh, can I say that a transmission of principle? Yes, of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems cool. I'm gonna have to look it up a little bit, maybe after class. But all right. Let's get started with today's class. We're going to be talking about news again, different news story, Giulietta. Saeed, can you read the title in the next few lines? Saeed, are you there? Giulietta, can you read the title in the next few lines?
The news. Today we will practice conjugating verbs, reading comics, read and discuss news stories, and practice role plays.
Yeah. And okay, let's go to the next page. Giulietta, are there any news stories that you're following?
Yes, the story that I'm following now is about the disaster that the Feyenoord supporters did in Rome last week.
What supporters?
Feyenoord.
Okay. The soccer team, I'm imagining. Can you type the name of the soccer team? I'm just not sure. Feyenoord. Where are they from?
Holland.
Holland. Odd. Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with that team. Okay.
It's for the Europe League.
Europa League, for sure.
Europa League. And they were drunk, and they ruined a famous fountain in the square in Rome.
Wow.
So yes, and they were drunk, and they destroyed cars, motors, windows, shops. So now there is the match of the return next Wednesday, I think, and in Holland, and so they are afraid because Rome supporters want a revenge.
Yeah. Wow, that's ridiculous. I can't believe that. Yeah, I remember back in like the 1990s, they had a lot of problems with Manchester United fans going to Italy. The study that I'm following now is about the disaster that Feyenoord supporters, the disaster that they caused.
Because
Yeah, so we caused disaster, like the riot that they had, you could say. So the riot that the Feyenoord supporters had in Rome last week. Yeah, okay. What do you think? Do you think that there will be, revenge?
I don't think so. Because now people here they are telling them to not do anything and to
Show
fair
themselves
play. Yeah.
better. Yeah, hooligans, man, hooligans. Yeah, that's pretty bad though. Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Ken, what about you? You watching any news stories recently?
Nowadays I often listen to the free journalist news broadcasting show on the internet because they kind of Japanese mass media, how can I say, make a exclusive group called Press Club. So the mass media information is not so free actually. And currently, Japanese transparency of information dropped to 55 or something. In the past, it was in top 10, but now after the earthquake and nuclear power plant accident and conservative government was established, it changed a lot. So now I'm more listening, watching the independent news more than mass media.
Nice. Okay, good. Yeah. Are there any particular stories that you've been following?
No, and at the same time, I'm listening to the podcast show. That's a kind of mass media, kind of radio broadcasting, but that show relatively free for the different information, and they dig the one how can I say news almost 1 hour, so they dig it deeply or in a lot of different aspects. So
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
in such way I'm following up the current news.
Okay, solid. All right, and does anybody have any questions or comments on this page? All right, let's go on to the next page. You guys have both had this. Well, yeah, let's have Judith. Can you read through the words?
Vocabulary. Correspondent, feature, breaking news, tabloid, plagiarize, journalist, editorial, yellow journalist, columnist,
Good. Tabloid.
tabloid,
Uh-huh. And plagiarize.
plagiarize,
Plagiarize.
plagiarize,
Mm-hmm. And also, sorry.
oh, uncomfortable,
Not quite. Audie, how do you pronounce this word?
Uncomfortable.
Not quite. Ken, how do you pronounce it?
Uncomfortable.
No, uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Okay.
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Good. Julieta, can you repeat that one?
uncomfortable.
Not
No.
quite.
Wait. Uncomfortable.
There you go. Good. Ken, can you repeat that?
Uncomfortable.
Not quite. One more time.
Uncomfortable.
So we don't want to say the. Not quite. So uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
I see. Uncomfortable.
You're saying uncomfortable.
Do you all sound?
That's what you say. We need to remove the Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Not quite, Ken.
I need to practice.
It's okay. Adi, can you repeat that?
Uncomfortable.
Perfect. Nicely done. So Ken, can you repeat after me? So comf ter bull. Yeah. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Good. And does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Let's have.
F.
Okay.
Plagiarize.
Giulietta, what's it mean to plagiarize something?
It is to copy the work of someone else.
Does that make sense, Adi?
Okay. Plagiar. Okay, plagiarize. Okay, plagiar.
Good.
And editorial means a column of the editor or something.
Column.
It could be an editor,
Mhm.
a writer.
Okay.
It's an opinion piece. All right, let's have some sentences actually. Can you guys write sentences in the chat box? And Audie, well, I guess just choose any word. So use 1 or 2 words in a sentence in the chat box.
Okay.
Nice, Audie. And Julieta, cool. All right, and Audie, can you read through your sentence right now?
I like to read magazine which has many features about architecture.
Okay. So because it's general, we need to make
Magazines.
magazine plural. Yeah.
Yes. Magazines. Which have
Mm-hmm.
many features.
Can you read that one more time?
Alright. I like to read magazines which have many features about architecture.
Good. And Julieta, can you read your sentence?
The journalist plagiarized the feature he wrote about real estate. Plagiarized?
Good. Nice job. Good correction. Nice. Really good sentence. That's perfect. Ken, do you not have are you not able to type?
Yes, but it was too long, so sorry.
Okay.
I could use one word only.
That's fine. Okay. And Ken, can you read your sentence?
Yeah, a professor asks students to write 100% copy and paste papers to know about I think plagiarism, or I couldn't know the noun of this. Plagiarism. Yeah.
And I want to make sure that's spelled correctly. I'm not really sure. Sorry. So it's got an S at the end. Sorry. Plagiarism. Yeah, like that. And
Maybe asks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Yes.
asks.
Or
Okay,
how can
yeah. So if you say maybe
as
every
a homework.
year the professor asks to write a copy. Yeah. And instead of saying to know about plagiarism, I'd use a different verb. This is fine. It's just a little bit awkward. What
To
other verbs?
analyze or
Mm,
to learn.
yeah. To learn about plagiarism, I think sounds better.
Okay.
But good. This is nice. Really good job. Does anybody have any other questions before we move on? Okay. And Alexander, welcome to class. Alexander, how's it going?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. Good to hear. Let's skip that. Let's do some reading. And let's start with Alexander. Can you read? I guess, this page?
All right. The story. A standoff in Congress could have forced the Department of Homeland Security to shut down this week. Is it for real? Yes. Late last year, Congress approved a $1.1 trillion spending bill, but it only funded Homeland Security until the end of this month. The reason? Many in the goblet, Congress wanted to challenge President Obama's executive action on immigration, which aims to shield millions of immigrants from deportation. Most of the funding for the plan is under the Department of Homeland Security. The COP wants to defund Obama's executive action, but it hasn't been able to get the Dems to agree. Congress has been in a stirring contest ever since.
Good. Okay. You did a good job with your reading. GOP. The GOP.
GOP.
And
yes.
Congress.
Congress.
Congress. Immigrants.
Immigrants.
Defund.
Defund.
Yeah, defund. They want to defund.
Defund.
And staring.
Staring.
Okay, good. Nicely done. And Ken, what's happening here?
I couldn't get exactly and could force the development. Is it a real news happened last year?
It's real news that happened recently.
Recently, kind of American government shut down because of the budget kind of conflict between the budget and the Congress.
Yeah, and it's not the government, it's just the Department of Homeland Security.
Okay.
So yeah, what's the Department of Homeland Security, or what do you think it might be?
I think it's related to military or.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like defense military. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. And maybe Julieta, can you explain, so why is it potentially going to shut down?
Because the Republicans want to challenge Obama about immigration.
Hmm. And what does Obama want to do about immigration?
I think Obama doesn't want to deport people.
Yeah. He wants to shield millions of immigrants from deportation. So yeah, he doesn't want to deport people. Yeah. And good. Does anybody have any questions here?
Mm.
Okay. What's a
What
staring
does
contest? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Juliet.
what does defund mean?
Okay. Does anybody know what defund means?
No.
Maybe don't give the budget.
Mm.
Yeah, when you take money
Mm-hmm.
away from a project. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Okay.
So the Republicans didn't make a deal with the Dems, so now the Congress is stuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Republicans, in order to get what they want, are refusing to do anything. Pretty much. So they're just saying, yeah, we're not going to do anything until you give us what you want, what we want, which is to defund this this bill. So yeah, they're just sitting and not doing anything. Okay, and so yeah, what's the staring contest?
They stopped to do everything. They are blocked.
Yeah. So a staring contest is pretty much when you just look at somebody in the eyes until one person blinks. So yeah, they're not doing anything. They're just kind of looking at each other until the other person blinks. So yeah, that's it. Really good job. And yeah, I think we're good on this page. Does anybody have any questions? Audie, I'm gonna take this story and put it in the chat box for you, so you can kind of read it and catch up to what we've been talking about. So let me know if you have any questions while we read this. Okay, let's have Ken. Can you read this first part?
Okay. Anything else? While the clock is ticking on Homeland Security funding, 26 states filed a lawsuit to keep Obama's plan from going forward. Last week, a Texas judge blocked the immigration plan until the state's case is heard. But yesterday, the Justice Department asked the judge to let it move forward. Pretty please.
Good. Heard. Can you repeat heard?
Heard.
Heard.
Heard. Heard.
Close. It's an Heard.
Heard. Heard.
Heard. So yeah, there you go. Heard. So yeah, that's probably more. Heard. There you go. Can you repeat that one more time?
Heard.
Uh-huh.
Heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, I think that's good. Filed is the other one. Filed.
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 Good. There you go. And does anybody have any questions on this first part?
So, the state government sued federal government because of this.
Yeah. So
Okay.
a couple state governments sued the federal government.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Okay. Let's have Alexander. Can you read this next part?
Okay. What could happen now if Congress cannot agree on funding by Friday? Most Homeland Security employees think TCA officers, TSA officers, Secret Service agents, border guards will have to work without pay, and 30,000 staffers considered non-essential would be taking some mandatory snow days.
Good. Non-essential.
Non-essential.
Good. Mandatory. Can you repeat mandatory?
Mandatory.
Agents.
Agents.
Yeah, you did a good job with TSA. Employees.
Employees. Employees.
Yeah, employees. All right, nice. And any questions here?
Yeah, what does mandatory mean?
Mandatory?
Mandatory, yeah.
Mandatory. Yeah, so mandatory.
Mandatory.
There you go. Okay, does anybody know what mandatory means?
Kind of force or
Yeah.
obligation sometimes. But in this context, maybe they're forced to get holidays.
Yeah. Obligatory, forced, something like that. Yeah, so they're forced to take time off. Yeah, so that's what a snow day is. It's when you don't have work or school because it snowed too much. Yeah. So, okay, any other questions here? All right, and let's have Giulietta. Can you read the next part?
This comes as the Department of Homeland Security has just a few things on its plate. As in ISIS, threats to US malls, etc. So no, not an ideal time to pull the rug out from under it.
Yeah, threats.
Threats.
ISIS.
ISIS.
Good, ISIS. Okay, and you did a good job here. Pull the rug out from under it?
Mhm.
What's that mean? Do you know what that means, Giulietta?
No.
Okay. Does anybody know what it means?
It's not an ideal time to defund the department.
Yeah, for sure. So, but we couldn't, I mean, we can use pull the rug out from under it when we're not talking about defunding departments. So,
Yes.
yeah, I guess outside of this context, what's this mean?
When you take off something important
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah.
someone or something.
For sure. So think about where you stand, it's generally important for your well-being. Or well-being and your ability to do things. So like the ground is like the most important thing generally. So if you're in the air, you can't really do anything. So having stable footing is considered important. And if you are standing on a rug that is pulled out from under you, you no longer have stable footing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You no longer have stable. I wish I could type today. Okay, there. And does anybody else have any other questions here on this last part?
I'm sorry, Joshua, can you explain one more time what defund means?
Defund.
What does defund mean?
Okay. So maybe Ken or Audie or Julieta, who thinks they can explain what defund means?
Maybe in my understanding, that a project, got a budget from the government, but because of this reason, maybe this year they cannot get the budget, or they have to return the budget they have already got.
Yeah. So if something has been defunded, the money that the
Is
project
it a
runs
verb?
on is taken away. Yeah. So verb, to take money away from a project. Yeah, pretty much. Or a business, anything like that. So if anything has been defunded, yeah, money that it uses to run has been taken away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's like the opposite meaning of fund.
Yes, yeah, it is the opposite. It's to, yeah, D is just a prefix that means like it's a negative prefix.
All right, but it's quite difficult to imagine what the opposite meaning of funding.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but that's what it is. All right, and okay, Audie, do you have any questions about that first part? Do you have any questions, Audie?
Able to get them. I don't know. What is this mean?
The Dems?
The dams.
Okay, Giulietta, what are Dems?
It's Democratic Party.
Or democratic.
Any other questions?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, and
Yes, I have the last one. Pretty please, because it's the first time I saw this.
yeah. Has anybody seen Pretty Please before?
Yeah, but I'm not sure what is that mean
Oh, okay. Can anybody explain it?
in a movie.
Pretty please.
It's like doing something well.
Not really. Pretty Please is like, it's really childish. It's just saying, so like if you're asking for
It's
something.
like double please.
Yeah, it's like, it's hyper polite. So, Pretty Please. Yeah, it's if a child wants maybe ice cream,
Pretty please. Okay.
they will ask their mother, his or her mother, can I have ice cream? Pretty please? Much. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, just a childish way of asking please. It's supposed to be like really, really polite almost, but that's what it is. Any other questions?
No, now it's clearly for me.
Okay. I guess let's have Alexander. Can you start? What do you think about this situation? What do you think?
About the whole situation that we read, yeah?
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not sure about some of these, contractions like ICIS, but in general, here is speaking about some about government, about Congress, how they didn't want to fund most Homeland Security employees.
It's not that they don't want to fund Homeland Security. Homeland Security is like a bargaining chip.
I'm sorry?
So Homeland Security and funding it is more of like a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip.
The fight about immigration. So I guess let's have Giulietta. What are the Republicans' views on this issue?
I think
On immigration, maybe.
Republicans doesn't want to open the borders. They don't want to open the border.
Yeah. So.
And Democrats are more. They agree with open the border.
Yeah, and it's not even an open border. It's just not deporting immigrants who are already in the country.
So I think illegal immigrant. Because if they are legal, there is no problem.
Yeah, exactly. So Republicans don't want to allow Obama's amnesty to illegal immigrants to pass, and Democrats do. And so, Ken, what are the Republicans doing to try to get what they want?
Maybe the Republicans want to the illegal immigrants return to their home country, but people argue it's impossible because it's too many and it's inhumane, especially the kids were born in the United States.
Yeah.
They got American nationality automatically before. Yeah, such kind of conflicts are happening in America now.
For sure. So I guess maybe Audie, what are the Republicans doing in order to get what they want?
I'm not really sure about this because I don't really know about what is Republicans refers to for sure.
What's what?
Republicans.
Republicans. So we have two parties in the United States. We have Republicans and Democrats. Republicans are more conservative.
It's politics.
Mm-hmm.
It's a politics. Okay. I have no idea actually.
Okay.
About politics.
That's fine. So it's all in this that we read. Alexander, what are they doing to get what they want?
Republicans.
Yes.
Actually, I'm not sure about the article because it's quite difficult for me to understand. I didn't understand it at the end.
Okay. So this is what it says. Whoa. Sorry. Can you read that, Alexander?
All right. Congress wanted to challenge President Obama's executive action. Executive action. It's like what it's like.
It's just a decision that the president makes alone.
Mhm. So on immigration, which aims to shield millions of immigrants from deportation. Most of the funding for the plan is under the Department of Homeland Security.
Okay.
So after reading that, I'd say that Republicans don't agree with Mr. Obama, and they don't want him to permit that decision that Mr. Obama have made.
So they are refusing to
Yeah,
fund.
they are refusing to fund this project.
Pretty much, they're refusing to fund Homeland Security until the plan, the executive order, the decision to grant amnesty is rejected.
Could I say in that case, instead of refusing, denying?
They're denying to fund. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I was thinking about this word here, but okay, it doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah. Okay. And I think this is good. Does everybody kind of understand what's happening?
So, but more and less.
Okay.
Maybe I think that's a kind of character of American style of the government,
Yeah.
So state has a big power, almost like a nation. So sometimes state government, federal government battle happens.
Yeah. And so that's another part of it. So it's not even what we're looking at here is more Republicans versus Democrats. There was also state versus the federal. Okay, so we're back here.
Right, because Texas sued federal government.
Yeah, the 26 actually states.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different. That's a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit less problematic than what's happening in Congress. So Congress is like the real problem. But yeah, in the United States, we do have a lot of like state versus federal kind of discussions or arguments. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I think we're good here. Maybe Ani, does anything in your government kind of like remind you of this? Do you think anything like this happens in your government?
Yes, this always happens in our government. It's just the same. But I don't want to follow the news because it's confusing.
Okay, yeah, the news is a little bit confusing. I guess, what about you, Giulietta? What about in Italy?
In Italy, we have a prime minister that is not elected.
Really?
And then, yes, the prime minister is nominated by the parliament. And so that means that it's because we have had a dictator. So to avoid the possibility of a new dictatorship, our prime minister is nominated. That means that the government doesn't have the power of making law, because law is can do only the parliament can make laws under the leadership of the government, and that means a disaster.
And that means what?
Disaster, because everyone is fighting every day.
Uh-huh. And yeah, that means disaster because everyone is fighting. Good. Really good grammar. Yeah, Alexander, what about in Russia?
I wouldn't say that there is a problem with immigrants, because Russia is not so attractive country for
It's not
me.
such a.
Sorry?
So Russia is not such an attractive country.
Such a attractive country for migrants to move in, and but yes, in such a big city, in such big cities, like Moscow, St. Petersburg, yes, maybe there are some of migrants from Asia, but it's not so tragic, dramatic. And I would say that some people trying to migrate from Russia in other country.
Okay, so from Russia to other countries.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. To other countries. Okay, good. And maybe Ken, what about in Japan? What do you think the government's like in Japan? Is it similar to this, or do you think it's different?
As I said, the kind of system of the power balance between the prefecture and central government totally different from America. Central government has a huge power, and prefecture government doesn't have such a power like in the American states. In that sense, pretty different, and we don't have kind of a presidential system. We have a prime minister system. So like Italy, prime minister was chosen by the ruling party's election or kind of negotiation inside the ruling party.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm learning so much about different countries.
Yeah, England and Italy or Japan are in the
Similar.
prime minister system. Yeah, similar in that sense. Yeah.
Okay. And I guess we're good here. Does anybody have any last questions before we move on? Okay. And let's skip that. Okay. This is good. We can maybe end on this. And let's have Ken. Can you read the quotation?
Okay. Myth is much more important and true than history. History is just journalism, and you know how reliable that is.
Good. Adi, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think because I think I agree with this, because we can how do I say it? We can sometimes the news is not true. What we read is like a yellow journalism kind of that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, maybe biased.
Bias, yes.
Okay. And so, what about myth, Adi? Is myth not?
Myth it's this true. I don't know about this.
Okay, it's tricky. Julieta, do you have anything to add to this?
I think that this quotation can be true if history is related to something written by someone who didn't have a real source of history.
Uh-huh. What about, so a really big part of history was like the conquest of North America, North and South America. And so history about this. So what's wrong with our history of this time period? For example, does anybody have any ideas?
Maybe the word discovered, found, finding are often used, but actually Native American live and the find and discover is a pretty European view.
Yeah. Yeah, so the idea of it being a European view. So who wrote it? What did they want to do? Why did they write it? Who were they writing to? So we have all these things in both history and journalism that are a little bit, they're tried to be hidden. So when we write history, right, we try to make it seem like we are being maybe unbiased. But when we write myth, we don't. When we write myth, we are telling people that we are biased. So you're being a little bit more honest about what you're doing. So I think that's kind of what he's trying to say.
Because history is written by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to an oral source of history, you can find the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I met an old man who was fighting in the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
And that was different from reading from a book or an article.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that's all good. Definitely. And anyways, I think that's kind of what he's trying to say in this quotation. We are out of time. Thanks for coming into class. It was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.